As my mind went around in circles pondering the purpose of their visit, as I'd become accustomed to, I caught a glimpse of the future, a small flash of Okame's face staring intently at me. Before I could make any sense of what I'd seen and figure out if it was good, bad, or completely inconsequential, my grandfather called me back to earth. Okame had taken the seat next to the couple and proceeded to watch me. I followed his gaze and noticed he'd been admiring the sparkly red shoes my grandfather got me the last time he visited London.
Dorothy's shoes,
Papa had called them. They reminded him of the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. "Hello," I said, grinning and waving my hand slowly, when Okame looked up and gave me a faint smile.
"Hi,"
he responded, leaning uncomfortably into his seat and locking his ankles. One look at his clothes told me he was of a lower status. His intonation didn't help matters. Before I got the chance to complete my assessment, my grandfather announced,
"It's concluded. Okame will stay with us. We'll take care of him like our own. There's no need to worry. He'll go to school with all the other kids in the town, and in the future, he may even become a doctor and make you proud."
Hearing my grandfather tell total strangers that their son would come to our house and distort the dynamics I'd only just become accustomed to created the tightest feeling in the pit of my stomach. I remember wondering why my grandfather had not forewarned me. Right then, I heard my grandmother calling, "Ona! Ona!" I excused myself and left the room. After a few steps, the image I'd seen earlier came back to me. "Grandma," I called, taking a second to stare at her delicately aging face. I admired the way the wrinkles formed a crescent around her mouth.
"Yes?"
she answered, raising her brows. "Do you approve of that little boy coming to live with us?"
"Of course I do,"
she responded with a slight chuckle.
"Your grandfather and I discussed this some days ago. I didn't think you'd mind. We thought you'd be happy to have someone to play with after school. Consider him a gift from us, and you'll feel better about the whole situation. And he's not a little boy. Okame is at least 2 years older than you."
"What?" I shrieked, mostly because she considered him a gift when, in my mind, he was coming to steal their affection away from me.
"These people were kind enough to bring their boy to help around the house. In return, we'll make sure he's taken care of. He'll have a roof over his head, good food, and proper education. You'll be nice to him, won't you?"
"I'll try," I said with a humble sigh.
"Promise?"
Holding up my right hand, I agreed, not knowing what I was signing myself up for. It didn't take long for Okame to adapt to our household. Every day, we walked to school together and played games after we came home. In the first couple of months, other kids whispered and made fun of his gaunt looks. My girlfriends joined in the bullying also. Okame hardly cared until one of the kids called him a glorified houseboy. He fought the unfortunate child and ended up getting both of them bruised and disciplined in the process. I remember clearly when things slowly began to turn around. Amma, my best friend at the time, had come for a visit. Pointing at Okame's shoes, she'd said, "Is that from the second-hand store?" in the most condescending tone I'd ever heard. My heart had skipped a beat. I wished Amma hadn't spoken, but she never let anything slide. Before I could ask Okame to ignore her comment and focus on the dark clouds building up on the horizon, threatening heavy rain, he turned to Amma and responded calmly,
"Were you speaking to me?"